I know this is a creative version of, the world I play on normally, but I'm not actually here to play, build, nothing. I'm here to talk. um, Over the course of the last few months, years actually, a couple years now, my life has changed. And I know I've told you all about this, but I never really got to say much. I've become distant on the channel. I know I probably don't sound like I should. I sound like I probably should be in school right now. However, um, I am. I would like to say a few things in reference to me and Inky. Um, I met her a few years back, 2023, I believe. Early in the year, and when we had first met, we had met through pure coincidence. Um, Technically, I would like to go out of my way to say we technically shouldn't have even met in the first place, but our meeting, us meeting, had positive effects. Um, I had met her when I was with my ex. Her name was, I don't even want to say her name, but she went by, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to call her, based on her old OC, a tigress. She, I met her, through my best friend, my brother. And when we met, oh my god, I'm seeing shit. When we met, um, kind of quick for the both of us, but it didn't end up being what we wanted. Well, not for me, at least. When I had first met her, when we had first met, we adored each other. And I still had for a while, and eventually it didn't work out. She had introduced me, or quote unquote introduced me to who was her ex years ago, and wanted me to trust her. She told me that she was going out with him for the day. They were close friends. They wanted the day together, and I didn't think anything of it. I was respectful in that manner, and it didn't go according to plan. She ended up, she and him ended up kissing. I know it doesn't sound like much in most people's point of views, but for somebody who worked for a good year and a half on a relationship, her loyalty was definitely a main focus. It hurt. I was devastated, and I probably should have took the hint not to, but I gave her a chance. Again, even going as far as to try to support her in what she wanted, while also trying to be happy At this time, not only was I introduced to her ex, but to Inky. Um, we were surprised by this. Um, we both did not know about this going on, and it Well, it's cool to know that if I press the mute button on my controller, it mutes me in the like the screen. If I mute myself in the screen, it mutes my controller. Well, it makes it harder for me to.
What are you talking about, the light?
Yeah, I'm. It's.
Yeah? I'll put it away.
I'm gonna leave the party temporarily. I'll be right
It's in
back.
the big bag.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Like I was saying, our we met when we met. She tried to become friends with me, and I then now I regret it. Back then, I know I didn't. Um, I did ask her questions about how her and my ex's, now current boyfriend acted, and it ended up going exactly the same way I thought it would. She told me everything that I was thinking, and I decided to, even though I shouldn't have, give my ex one more shot. Eventually, there was a day that came around. I was going with my mom and my dad. There's a comic place up by us. They have a warehouse where you can buy some stuff at, like discounted stuff, and I'd never been. They took me. That morning, I get a message from my ex saying, "Good morning. Hope you're having a lovely day. I love you." I respond back saying the same. Go out. The entire day, I don't hear a word from her. I just assumed she was busy. My ex was always busy, and I respected that. Eventually, we get home. We're on our way home. I decide to message the guy I kind of call a dick. And he tells me she didn't want to say it, but she was breaking up with me. I was devastated as I went through hell and back to try to figure out what's going on. Tell her what I found out. Try to do something I couldn't. In the end, I hadn't heard from Inky in years. Not years, a while. It was a good few months, maybe. Well, she eventually came back. Her power had been out. She comes back. I didn't realize it. Okay. Oh. I decided, when I decided, I started to discover it's like I had feelings for her. I mean, she treated me like a good person. She honestly made me feel cared for in not the sense of like boyfriend, girlfriend in the beginning. It was more, when I first met her, it was more like a friends, like close friends. And like I actually had someone to talk to. But as we talked, I slowly fell in love. Um, what ended up happening was I told her what's going on. I told her what he was doing. And it ended up going well, to say. Not fully, to be truthful. But the good part was that I finally told her how I was feeling, and I guess we both felt the same. I guess in the beginning she was a bit, maybe she was just high off of, the adrenaline, what's going on. For me, it already wore off, and I didn't know where this was going to go. I honestly thought that, and I think she'll know this too, I thought that I was scared. She ended up going to the hospital because of something during that time. It was almost the exact same time, and I was definitely worried about her. When we heard from her, I was in tears. I was scared I'd lost her. I lost another friend, another person I care about. But as time went on, we kind of talked more. We became more frequent with each other, and eventually, midway through last year, we had been together for a while. We had been pretty much madly in love, and we since then everything's been well. We've had our ups and downs, but we've worked through them. And that the reason I bring this story up, what's going on, is you all know that before I met her, I was active on the channel, and I'm not blaming her for my inactivity, but I am saying that I've actually taken a step back from YouTube, from streaming, from recording, to work on this because my best friend had had a girlfriend for years, and he would not be where he's at today if he had not worked out with his girlfriend any issues they had. And I knew, whether I like to admit it or not, if I didn't try to work with her, we didn't try to work on this, we wouldn't have worked as well as we did. But we're happy. We love each other. And to be honest, I don't know what I would have done if not for her. I spent quite a few years of my life afraid and nervous to get a girlfriend. I was nervous to search and go out there and look around because I heard horror stories, basically, where the boyfriend becomes something they don't want to be and doesn't realize it fucks up not only their current but possible future relationships because he can't get over it, or cheating and stuff like that. I was terrified, and I know I've been with Ash, but that was a horror story in itself. Now we're at this, and being able to look at this and see we worked, we've put time into this relationship, we've worked out our problems, we've kind of done some stuff I never thought we would. Planned things we want to do or so on. It's through ups and downs we've worked it out, and I'm grateful that I was even able to do this. Inky is a really amazing person. She's beautiful, she's lovely, and while she might not live close to me at all, she might live hours away. Hours away. Like, I'd have to drive through the night to make it there. It just makes it even better. She might be a long distance, but it's gonna make our meet for the first time magical, and I'm looking forward to seeing her someday. I love her so much, and I don't know what I would have done without her. I recently we've had a bit of not falling out. We're not falling out, but we've had a bit of a distance, like a bit of distance from each other for a while, and we're finally working it out. And not yesterday, but what is today? Thursday, Monday. I had asked her if she wants to get on, and or when we were gonna get on. We normally get on around nighttime. I asked her, "Hey, are we still on for our time? Are we still on for our normal time where we get on, we just goof around, we act our, we're ourselves?" She said, "Yeah," and a couple minutes later, I get called for a party invite. I was excited because we agreed we were gonna get on. It was just a fun. It was amazing to think we were getting on, and then she told me her TV broke. The cat knocked it over, and it it was devastating for her completely. I After it happened, I instantly suggested I'd help. I offered to save up money and help her get a new TV. And she struggles with that. She doesn't exactly know what to do when people offer her stuff because of how she's grown up, and I'm doing it anyway. She's grateful, and I love her enough that I know she realizes I'm definitely not perfect. You've all seen me live, you've all seen me in videos how pissed I can get. I know if y'all, and I'm not just saying like statically with a game. I don't mean like how pissed off I can get at like Elden Ring or Dark Souls or stuff like that, but how pissed I got with my friends. I've never been a really calm person. I've always said shit I shouldn't, especially at the wrong time, and it causes problems, and I'm not afraid to admit that. I have a tendency that when I get overwhelmed, say things I don't mean. And while I'd love to say that that's an easy thing for me to fix, in a long time, like in a long form, yeah, it is. Takes time, but it's easy to fix that if you really try. But in a realistic terms, it's not. You might be able to fix something like that. You might be able to work on yourself and work on something you do like that, for example, with me, but the effect that you wanting to be able to rid yourself of a something you do that causes problems. You might in the moment, but all it takes is the wrong person at the wrong time, and all you wanted, everything you worked for, falls apart. And that's where this makes me sad. It it's sad to think that any time it could take one word, and not even just one word, it could take one singular person to say the wrong thing, and that might come back. I've been trying really hard, actually, to work on this because it's a problem for me. I'm a very assumative person. I assume a lot. I very clingy, and I can make whole separate videos as to why. But with the clingy thing, I I've never been good being separated from the people I care about, especially now. It's abysmal to try to work through it because that girl, she has so many problems every day, and every time there's something new. There's somebody's doing something, and it tears me apart because I can't be there physically, like emotionally, or across the world. I can be on voice, I can be through messages, but what tears me apart is I can't be there in person, standing there in front of her and saying, "Hey, you're okay. I'm here," because she's not anywhere close. I'm I'm planning on, hopefully, if my channel blows up, or even if it doesn't blow up, even if it gets somewhere, I want I don't want this ad revenue because I don't want this. I want I wanted this years ago to be a job. What I'm doing now, and I know people can make some good money off of being a YouTuber or a streamer. But I don't wanna do this as a job. This is a passion. This is a hobby. I just have fun getting on every day and deciding, hey, do I want to stream? And if so, what do I want to do? Like Hello Neighbor today. I only streamed it because, truthfully, I've been in a kick of in mascot horror games again. Five Nights at Freddy's, Bendy, Hello Neighbor. I'm as far as willing to go, say Garten of Banban and Poppy Playtime. I'm in a stage it's my fixation, and I want to have fun. I mean, Secrets of the Mimic just came out. I would love to play that, but I don't have the money, and that's where my next thing comes in. I know you can make money off of YouTube, but the money I make, I don't want to put it towards me just buying new games. I don't want to put it towards me using it for my entertainment. I want to use it to help. I want to help my girlfriend. She's in a place where she doesn't really have a good chance to do nothing. She wants to be an artist, and I support her. I mean, she wants to be an artist, and I artists are some of the best people. Whether you like to admit it or not, they're awesome. And I've told her she should do her art, commission it, put out commission forms, and do stuff. I want her to be positive about her work, and I'd love to ask if you ever see her stuff to consider it. She would love to do it. I know she would. I mean, all I ask is for you all to understand. I'm not trying to abandon you. Any of the longtime viewers that I've watched, I know Chester, I forgot his name. Um, he has the green and pink profile picture. He always said Mimic ahead or something ahead in the Dark Souls streams or Horns today. Any of you, if you all don't realize, I'm not trying to abandon you all. I know Horns is new, but that was the first time I've streamed in a while. Truly streamed, and other than my Elden Ring stream a couple days ago, but getting back on it. I'm coming back. And I soon hope to bring my girlfriend in with me. I want to bring her into this, into what I do. I want her to be recognized. She has talent, and I know she sees it, and I want her to know I support her and all her talent. Get the fuck out of that tree. And all that talent. Thank you all for supporting me and being here with me throughout everything, even through my ups and downs and videos. I'm still finding my place on this platform, and I don't know what I want to be. I don't know if I want to do gameplay, like Let's Plays, or I don't know if I want to do just random chill streams, like playing DBD. I know I'm not chill in that game, but you know what I mean. Playing DBD or playing Minecraft and just playing and building and talking to you all. I don't know if I want to switch it up and start doing devlogs, because that's another thing I want to say in this before I go off and get absolutely bombarded by my crazy ass brother. The games. I haven't worked on the games in Team Glitchbit. Truthfully, I'm the only developer. Nobody else has a computer that can really do anything, and the ones that do, I'll explain that in a moment, but I haven't worked on the games. I haven't gotten on Unity and started. I haven't done anything on Unreal or nothing. I haven't tried. And it's painful knowing that I'm procrastinating what could be my biggest career, what could be a career in the future. Game development is massive, and I've always had an interest. I love games. I love how they work. I love the in and outs of video games, and I always want to be a game dev. Since I was like 10, I wanted to be a game developer, and I have the resources, and my mom even recognizes that and tells me. I just procrastinate. Team Glitchbit, the server that me and my brother Nick made, we haven't done nothing with. I use it for announcements, but it's dead. And the reason it's dead is we don't really do nothing. We don't go out there advertising or anything, and that's our fault. Nothing but our own. My girlfriend, I want her to be an artist for us. She deserves recognition for what talent she has, and I think this would be perfect. I love her. They make the concept art for the games and so on. I know my mom's doing concept art. She wants to support me in this, and I'm trying. I mentioned what people that could help, and now they can't. Vengeful, I know you remember him. He was my friend for the longest time, but as of recently, he finally made a mistake that, to be honest, made me realize that maybe he wasn't my friend. I want to start with what happened a couple months ago. I was on with him and Nick, and Nick was saying he was talking about some pretty private, personal stuff. Now, I had brought up things that he had said that he was avoiding saying, and he admitted to them. Vengeful recorded it. And there's a difference, in my opinion, between somebody streaming and your voice being recorded, because they'll let you know you're streaming. But what he was doing was wrong. In the state of in the state that where Nick lives, it's illegal what he did. And I believe even in where Vengeful lives, it's illegal. It's a two-party state, and Vengeful could have gotten in deep shit. I told Nick a few days later, mainly because I didn't want Vengeful to know I told him. And he basically wanted to cut me out of his life because of Vengeful's decision. So, knowing that, and fairly enough, this was such a... and this was so serious, I confronted Vengeful and told him to delete the videos. The stuff that was said were threats to get Vengeful basically taken down from different platforms, reported, so on and so forth. Vengeful's reasoning, and he tends to do this whenever he's quote-unquote in a serious situation. He talks in a very, very professional, I say, you can't see I'm doing air quotes right now, tone. He uses very big words for somebody that, to be honest, doesn't need to. Whether he likes to admit it or not, we are all still kids. I'm barely, not even shy of being a legal adult. He isn't even. And he talks in such a way that, to be honest, makes him just terrible to be around. I don't like being around him because of how he speaks. It gets annoying. It's... ugh. Well, he deleted it. And it wasn't even because of me, it was because of my friend Jordan. I have to thank him for what he did, because, to be honest, if it wasn't for him, I think me, Nick, we all would have just fallen out. After that, a couple days ago, I mentioned earlier on in this, am I still going? I am still going, right? Let me make sure I'm still going, because I would hate if this stream ended and I'm just rambling on. It is still going. Okay. I would basically... a couple days ago, I mentioned earlier on in this that when I get overwhelmed, I tend to say things I don't mean. That is not me saying, like, I get overwhelmed and I say, oh, fuck you, go to hell. I will say stuff I literally don't mean. And with Inky, it's been so stressful that I have said I've wanted to, but have not gone through with it. I basically want to break. But I don't mean it. I don't want to break up with her. It's me. It's a self-defense mechanism my body has I need to get rid of. And I had told, because this has been a few months since we haven't been vengeful. He invited me to a party, and I invited the group chat to a party, hoping Jordan and Jules would join, maybe do some Marvel Rivals with them. They joined. They didn't. He joined, and I was telling him what's going on and how, to be honest, I've been really overwhelmed, and I basically told him how I was debating that when I didn't mean it, and I trusted him. He told Inky. Also accused me of being suicidal. Accused me of a lot of things. Accused me of threatening too. I wasn't threatening it. I was saying I was possibly thinking of it. If I was threatening it, I would have said, I'm breaking up with her if she does not talk to me. I never said that. I said I couldn't decide what I want to do and I don't know if I should. Which I knew I wouldn't. I knew every time I do that, I pull myself away from that. I snapped at him. And after that, it was the last time we spoke. He pissed off Inky too because she told me, or she told him something that he told me. And it hadn't even been a full day. Vengeful is no longer my friend. And to be honest, I could care less. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of every day something new happening because he does something he shouldn't do. Says something he shouldn't say. And to be honest, I've made a lot of choices. And that was one of them. To just cut him out. I know he'll probably see this and comment saying, oh, I cut you out. I planned on it from the get-go. I was tired of it. In the end, I'm working extensively on myself, on everything. I would like to ask if you all could maybe support TGB, Team Glitchbit, and maybe spread it around. I plan on soon starting work on one of our projects. Game's called... I probably shouldn't reveal too much information, but it's called Tome of the Wilds. I was going to have to get a name change because of a dickhead, but it is a roguelike set in the world, it's set in my fictional world of Serania, that is going to be reusing old ideas and concepts I had from my first ever original game that I was making years ago. Well, I want to do concepts. I want to do everything. I will put a link to Team Glitchbit's Discord in the bottom of this. And also Inky's YouTube, Nick's YouTube, the Team Glitchbit YouTube. If you all would please consider information on Tomb of the Wilds will come out soon. I'll be doing a name change. I need to run it by Nick, maybe. Ask Inky for a suggestion. I'm also doing books. I want to write books. I want to write stories that tell what my characters have done, and I feel like now is the perfect time. If you're wondering where those will be, if you join the Discord and you go to, if I pull up the Discord right now, I can tell you. I wish I could swap this over to like a PC screen. I can't, however, because it's a, yeah. I'm streaming on PlayStation. Yeah. Everything, it's gone kind of the point where I'm trying really hard to get my life in order, decide what I want to do. If you guys want stories, like books, each story will have its own teaser every maybe few days. When I get, well, not a few days, months, maybe weeks, depending on how I feel. If I get Discord to load, it loads really slow. And there, if you go to the Discord, also, I'm so scared the goddamn group chat got updated. Is that an old one or a new one? I think it's an old one. Yeah. Where's mine? I need to put my server at the top. If I go to Team Glitchbit, in the Team Glitchbit server, oh my god, why is it so glitchy? I also need a ban Venge again. Sorry, there's new updates in the votes tab, and I have no idea if that's what it was. If you go down in the server, go down to information. Nope, Serania stories. So you'll see stories of Serania. Stories of Serania is where teasers will go. Currently, the first story in development is not part, but called Curse of Blossom Trail. It's a part of a 4-part anthology based around MyOC. Updates for that come out quite frequently, while the new one I'm working on, not so much. My work in progress is at the moment just on hold. But the server has everything. If you just want to be in a community where you can chat with others, you can have that. If you want to follow the production of the games or the books or whatever, there's stuff like that. All I know is at the current moment, I'm working hard. I'm hoping to get Inky as an artist. I need to revamp my server. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Maybe I'll go in and I'll redo the server and everything. But thank you to anyone who saw this and listened. I appreciate it. I'll see you all again soon.